feeling of duplicity for a good purpose, for what is right.
But the heat thing passed, right? I only felt it for a second.
Yeah, it's literally like it passed by you, going around, going around you, quickly.
She will unzip her shirt and be like, oh my god. Not like all the way, but just enough where there's more cleavage showing than normal. She's like, that went by quickly. Quickly to the lab, guys. I'm being affected by so much right now. I don't know what's going on. She's like laughing and like she looks a little cuckoo right now.
You'll make it to the medbay with their help. While you're doing medical stuff, Rory and Dimitri, what are you doing? Gin is just looking over her and just like she's looking around like she wants to mess with her a bit, but deciding against it.
I am staying outside of arm's reach. Okay. Once I help her to the med scanner, for the sheer fact that she still has her lightsaber and she is drunk.
I will have Rory pour some of the alcohol into a beaker, and then tell him to scan it with the machine. And I will have what's her face draw blood, and run samples and run a diagnostic on my blood.
I don't know how to run samples.
I will walk you through it. Just come here and just do it. You just hold the thing up to my skin, press the trigger, there you go.
Well, I've drawn blood before. I just can't do the scans.
I will walk you through it. What are you guys gonna do if I'm down and out? Huh? You guys gotta learn something. Basics. Just the basics.
I'll just have Dimitri pamper me.
And he's down, then what? If we're all down and you're the only one standing, who's gonna help us? Plus, I need a nurse.
Rory, what are you doing? I know at one point you wanted to consult the book. Greg?
Sorry, I just realized I was muted. Yeah, I'll do the like Rory leans over again and is like, I'll do the technical stuff. So I'll do the technical stuff that needs to be done.
Okay.
I'll leave the book for later. Okay. To be honest, it's probably going to have to be like off time at this point. But yeah.
Okay. For you, Crow, for the past few days, resets and sees aggregated information and stuff like that. Will report that there's been several signals from the government building to Kanata. Like there's been a uptick in conversation between the.
Do we have any idea what the contents of any of them are?
It's of standard conversational length versus say data bursts, and they are happening at essentially off hours. As for the contents, there's he's still working on the decryption.
Does the Raider help with that at all, since it's an Imperial vessel that they don't know we stole yet?
Yeah, I can help.
Yeah.
Okay. The medical stuff, can you roll me a medicine at a 2D penalty?
I'd be curious how they don't know that
Who,
we stole
me?
it.
Yeah, you.
Me?
If you're actually doing some medical stuff.
No, I was gonna walk them through the steps.
Yeah, I'll do the
Um,
technical stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Make me a first aid roll then. Though a lot of what she's saying is above your head.
Okay.
And it doesn't help that she's a mumbling drunk now. But I'm curious how they would not know that it's stolen when we put it in their face.
Because it's a classified vessel that they don't know exists.
I feel like intelligence would at least say something finally at this point where we're using it to jam their stuff and blow them up.
We'll
Yeah.
find out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
But for
That
the
is
moment,
true.
it still helps.
Okay. You are. You're able to do some of the stuff manually, but even with her instruction, it's much easier just to put it on auto scan. It's more time consuming, but probably safer than you trying to follow really drunk instructions.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I guess then, what next day? Unless people have
Yeah, that works.
stuff. Okay. You mentioned you're doing the book on your off time. I take it. Sky is going to be asleep.
No, I'm gonna wake up, go to the med lab, and finish
Collect
what we
results.
started yesterday. Yeah, and I will of course take some blood for the after effects.
But you'll sleep between then, right?
I mean, I'm pretty sure I passed out until the
Right.
next day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. You, in your unconscious state, will see a emotion as you are moving through the Zenti jungle. It more feels like you're a camera on free float versus say a person, even though you're at person vantage point. So like your POV will like move like through trees and stuff like that. You see the light glow from glow rods. People in it looks like stripped down, mishmashed gear. Several of them, a mix of being a buff muscle versus tone, male, female, a few aliens, picking up the scent of non-synth freshly cooked food, like animal food. Something dim in the background. Some cylinder of pitch blackness on a elevated stage, and a being with tattoos across their skin. What this being is, you can't quite make out, as they are being pushed into this abyssal, tall, cylindrical object. You feel bits of food on you, as if you were near a messy eater, and you have this more non-corporeal feeling of being kind of spy-y, being on the hunt. or the trail of something. The point of view starts moving towards the abyss through people and tables until you go through the obsidian opaque cylindrical large like tank cylindrical object. As the darkness suddenly gives way as if passing through a curtain of light into a more modern, robust area. Metal around you, a large vehicle set on the ground, but clearly has sections of it removed that show repulsor engines. The background chatter of beings talking, you can't really make out what they're saying beyond. You can tell it's basic that's being spoken, but you can't make out a few words until you hear the whisper of Megalodon.
Megalodon?
Yes, Megalodon.
We're gonna fight a giant shark? I know Jason Statham was on our payroll.
The Meg. Well, he's about to be.
Your vantage point spins the motion blur going to a very dim light, but in a empty room. And when I say room, I mean just the environment around you is empty. You see slight distortions and ripples, feeling a unnatural tug and heat, hearing the sound of a tick, 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 as the blackness starts having cracks, as if you are in an egg and a shell is breaking. From this crack, you get a quick glimpse of what's on the other side of this crack. A great gap, fire rushing through the crack with a looks like a desert moon, a great distance away, and you feel just this distortion as the ticking gets slower and slower, as if a clock is winding down, approaching a 0 hour of sorts. So Rory,
Wow.
leaving you on those thoughts.
Yep. Wow.
Sierra gets all the trippy things, apparently.
Ah, well.
You have a character that has a tendency to do that.
Yeah. 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 So.
Hey, Sarah gets all the trippy things. I get blown up and interrogated. You blow things up.
No,
I mean, all
I
that's
mean,
left is Crow at this point.
All of her characters have a tendency to get trippy.
And he's not wrong.
My
Seriously,
character
every
has
single
not
character
yet.
I've had so far, with the exception of Mistress Moon and Iona, I have gone through some trippy ass shit.
I have not suffered this yet. I'm happy with this.
No, you're good. But moving on.
I want to confirm, Rory. Have you successfully opened the book before?
I couldn't do it. I was going to attempt it.
Okay. Please attempt it again. It's a security roll. If you want to take extra time, you will get a plus 1d.
Yes, I would also like to take time on it.
Okay.
I would attempt to help Crow build these speeders if he's okay with that. Just saying.
Well, he's not here right now. I'm sure he'd be willing to accept.
Yeah.
Well, awesome. With your previous attempts, you have learned a little bit extra about the locking mechanism from the first time you tried, and you're able to stick and undo the lock. You can reactivate the lock if you'd like, but you've essentially disabled the locking mechanism for the moment. But you haven't damaged it, so you could always, put the wires back and make it work.
Yay!
Opening the cover that has the various markings on it, including a singular lone compared to the other symbols on it, Rayor marking. You'll open it up. These sheets feel textured, and when you open the main cover, the side of the sheet you're looking at illuminates in a digital image of what looks like the Danpor system, the system that Zenti resides in, though it immediately looks slightly off to you. You can make a planetary systems roll if you'd like to figure out what's off about it.
Knowledge check, right?
Yes.
Sweet. 2d6.
Haha!
Oh yeah, whopping 7.
Awesome. 7? That's actually good enough. Anwas in this image, it's the planet the former planet 4 orbits out of Zenti. Looks different to you. The Anwas you know is a broken world along with one of its moons. As far as you're aware, it's the planet somehow got cracked at some point. Though you were always under the impression that it was long ago. This Anwas, or at least what has the orbit in this image, is a primarily blue orb with a large equatorial landmass that appears to ring the entire equator. This landmass being largely green, with a few other dots of green out in the blue, with one seemingly cloud-covered moon and another rusty sand color.
Okay.
Um, I take it you're going to flip through some more of these pages.
Oh yes, absolutely.
When you flip through a few of the pages, it being blank until the page rests on the other side, and these do have double-sided information on it. The texture, now that you've been handling it a bit, unless you have gloves on, will feel like a fine granular texture. That granular texture will be maintained when it has its digital display active. The material of the paper itself appears to be a bit more rugged. It's not armor by any means, but it's stronger than parchment. When you again you flip a few more pages, there'll be a still image. You'll see a icon on the center of the page. The still image is that of young intellectual. The general of the background of the still looks very similar to the room where you initially found the book. Above it, in a Zenti dialect of Basic, says Nasa Sol second something. It's being blocked by the icon a bit. From what you can tell, these digital pages are like touchscreens, except for the corners.
So, can I move the icon or anything like that?
Do you want to Are you gonna try to hold it down and move it around?
Yeah, just saying, like, kind of touch it to see what happens.
When you touch it, the icon will flash to a different symbol before disappearing, and the still image suddenly showing the person from a slightly different stance. It looks like they're in the process of looking at wherever the camera is as it goes into active movement. And you'll hear audio from the page. Rayor was able to get what we needed for Esor's life, so I guess that's good enough for Lise. What I want to know is why a loyalist would be looking to know about Lorca, but I guess ultimately that doesn't matter. In any case, thanks to her, Esor can finish the Water of Life for the Culto, and this project can finally be getting back on track. With everything else going on Zenti now. You'll hear a indistinct voice in the background. 1 second. The person in the image, which has like soft ice blue hair, and what appears to be some patterned thorns on his cheek, but otherwise the person looks like a Zenti native. Will collect a few sheets that appear to have the same data properties that this book does. Well, it looks like this is all the time I have. NASA Sol second janitor log end.
Yep.
And the after he says log in, the initial symbol that you saw will reappear, and it will go back to the previous initial thumbnail, so to speak, that it had.
Roy just kind of stares at it for a while. They said Lorca?
Yes. What I want to know is why our loyalists would be looking to know about Lorca.
Did they give a name for the loyalist?
Not in this log. You want to turn the page?
I think I've taken up a lot of time. I'll save this for. I feel like I'll be just asking you about this continuously. I think.
Okay.
I think it's just going to be a huge lore dump of what.
Oh, in that case, do you mind if I just do one more then before I switch over to someone else?
Yes.
Okay. Another log will it will start. It's on the back of the page that had Nasa Sol's log. You'll see a male, an older male, in more robust clothing, though while the clothing is a bit more robust and full of natural colors, soft browns. Excuse me. Some deep greens. It looks more of like a flowy material, though enough that it might be able to shrug off a low wind blaster bolt. There are a few distinct colorations in the shoulders. The log will start. Lorca told me to expect a Rayor, but I wasn't expecting a woman. This Jira, I think she's trying to protect someone. She's going through certainly a lot of trouble to find out about the Soul clan. There are too many questions. Like, how would a single rare woman be safe traveling around these parts, especially if she's dealing with or trying to make a Mercule, from what I'm hearing, but. I suppose if Lorca didn't seem concerned, I can put stock that this person isn't a threat, isn't one of the loyalists. Well, looks like she's here. Lee Sol, Council Janitor, log end.
Jira?
Jira. That should sound familiar to you, unless I'm mispronouncing it.
Do you mean Gia?
Yes, Gia. Sorry, I must have mistyped that. Here, let me correct it.
Gia. Oh, did no one get that?
No, I did.
Yeah.
It's just that currently characters trying to take over. Does it give a date of the recording? Like Rory is like starting to panic, like looking for dates of like what this is, like when this was.
Considering this is an unfamiliar interface for you, can you roll me computer programming repair for your knowledge of interface use?
Computer Total is 20.
20? Awesome. Okay. The date they give, let's see. The date they give is it's several several years ago. It is near the end of the First Order's essentially Cold War campaign when they were just starting to bring real forces in to take control over Zenti. Back
Okay.
when there were concern about First Order loyalists.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think it's safe to say go to another character right now because he's gonna be stewing with that.
Okay. Crow. Let's see, I believe you're waiting for some of those comms to be decoded. Are you doing anything else? I know Sky wanted to look at a few things. You want to tap any information sources or anything like that?
No, information sources really aren't my thing. I'm doing the technical stuff. Gotta get that speeder up and running so we can sell that off to give Gambler Dude some starting capital. Get him going.
Okay. With those repair rolls, that is enough to restore it from its heavily damaged state.
Okay. So we'll get him set up and, bankrolled.
Okay. Since you still have what its rough cost is, I'm sure you can.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
I'll divide that accordingly because everyone will get a cut, and then so he'll get a pay. He'll get a chunk to pay him to go play games, and then I will give him access to a certain amount from the party fund that he actually is staking with.
Okay. Sky, you still there?
Still here.
Okay. And Dimitri was wanting to help you with your technical stuff. Does that
I'm
work for
perfectly
you?
fine with help getting the
Okay.
banshees and stuff running.
Dimitri, can I get a repulsor repair roll just to see how helpful you're being?
Well, if he's assisting, wouldn't it just be a +1d to my roll?
Yes. However, I want to see if he can do anything extra for
Okay,
you.
fair enough.
Okay. I'll need a medicine roll from you if you're really wanting to analyze this. And also, would you be continuing to try to get info from Connorson, which is that logistics officer?
Yes. My medicine roll is 20.
20? Okay.
Yes.
You distinctly detect, note rather, chemical bonds that should not be possible. From your understanding.
In the alcohol or in my blood?
In the alcohol, though the chemical bonding that's going on in there appears innocuous. Like you can't, while what you're seeing is impossible, you can't think of how this particular combination would have any negative effect on people. Since you woke up, though, you no longer have that sense, by the way, of kind of sensing more. And you no longer get that scent while you're around either Gin or Rory.
Okay.
Or the heat feeling around Dimitri. In terms of your blood, it you roll a 20. That is actually really good. You'll notice that it has how do I phrase this? It had there is some changes to it. Further analysis will indicate that it essentially has driven your body to similar levels of where you would be like if you were trying to meditate or really focusing on say finding Crow or someone.
Mm-hmm.
So it has assisted your mind in reaching an altered state. Clearly, that effect is past, however.
Yeah. Like alcohol. Does it say what's in it?
Alcohol, fruit, unknown chemical bonds, and yeah, I mean, you get a readout of what's in it. A lot of it seems normal, except for
The unknown chemical bond.
The unknown chemical bonds. Though the unknown chemical bonds interaction with the alcohol seems okay. Again, you're clearly looking at a different science, and you'd even hesitate to really call it science.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, I'll take what's left in the beaker, and I will put it in my deep freeze chamber or somewhere safe.
Okay.
In the med bay for further future analysis. And before I go see the guy, I'm gonna go find Rory because I have a dream I'm going to share. So I'm not the only one who has it locked in their head.
Okay, Dimitri. Okay, Sky. So yeah, she's apparently shared her dream. Trish, I'm not sure
with
if
you
room for that.
I heard a good chunk of it. Yeah, I have no idea what the hell to make of it, but I did hear it.
So.
Yeah, I'm just confused by that whole dream thing.
Yep. So am I.
When you get to Rory's room, you hear him like, "What the hell?"
I'm not even gonna knock. I'm just gonna open. It's like, hi.
You see him going, like running through this dusty. You're like, I don't. Where is it? So wait. How do you say that? I said,
yeah. Okay. So your crazy juice gave me crazy dreams. Figured I'd share it.
Well, whoa. When'd you get here?
I just walked in.
Oh. Hi. Feeling better?
Yeah. I mean, I had a really trippy dream that I think I should share.
Okay. Shoot.
I kind of have to, like, give it to you.
He kind of reels back, like, What do you mean by that?
Just relax. I don't really have to touch you, but just, like, relax. Touch makes it better, but I don't have to touch you.
Oh my.
Oh god.
So
We're going into this territory already.
Just relax. And I'm gonna give you the dream I had.
This isn't gonna hurt, is it?
If you fight against me, I think it does, but if you kind of just go with the flow, I think you're good.
Just give...
Oh god.
Hold on, you caught me at a bad time. So he takes like a few cleansing breaths, like, okay.
Don't worry, I'm a doctor. There's nothing I haven't seen.
No. There's personal information that, oh boy. Okay.
Well, maybe this will help, because it's your crazy juice that gave me this dream.
Okay. Okay, I'm as... relaxed as I will be. Wait,
Yeah, I will take his hand in mine, and then I will send him via the Force the weird dream I had.
Okay. Unless you have some power I'm unaware of, I take it you're using projective telepathy?
Yeah.
Okay. In that case, you're getting more impressions and flashes. So it's not quite as complete as the dream I described to her, but you get a lot of the gist. The senses are a little dulled compared to what I described.
Actually, I don't have projective telepathy.
Oh.
I have receptive telepathy.
Oh, well.
So, hold on. Let me see.
Use a character point to buy it.
I only have one character point. Can I affect mind it?
I'm
It can
afraid
kind of do illusions.
it can't. Oh, yeah.
At that point, it's basically her mentally describing it in front of his face.
It's more at that point. It's more like storytelling, the power storytelling, like what Arca did. You know what?
Well,
You know what? Sure. You'll need to roll this one though, because you're using it in a little bit different way.
I will do that. I will do that.
Because I take it that Rory isn't really resisting. You can just make me the ultra roll, because that's the roll that matters.
All right. 6, 10, 15, 21.
21. Okay. Okay. Yes. However, you do have there is a much more alien aspect to this for you, Rory, because when it gets to the more kind of modern part, the kind of deceptiveness for the greater good feeling was something she would have felt normal for her because she has empathy. You, however, do not have an empathy power, so that aspect of it is like really bizarre feeling to you. Since she's essentially having you feel a sense that you just don't have.
Yeah, so at the end of it, like, what? And then he's like, wait a minute. Then he goes back to the book, goes to the front page, goes to Anwas.
Talking about you're talking about Anwas? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
The
Yeah,
page
flips
that
to
had
that page.
The system map. Okay.
Yeah, flips to that.
Okay. It's showing a version of the star system.
Didn't you say that Anwas had a dusty moon?
Yes. One of its moons. It was a rusty sand color.
Because I can't remember the exact, like, all of the vision that she had, but
Yeah, at the tail end where the abyss was cracking.
yeah, and he's like, huh.
Since you are looking at this version of the system, does also have the Anwas has a second moon. It's more of a cloudy looking moon.
Do we have any, like, modern day projections of the Danpor system?
Yeah, the X-wing or the Raider would have navicharts of the system in general as it is now. I mean, it doesn't have up-to-date tactical information, but yeah.
Yeah, Rory takes a look at all that. Close the book. That's weird. Nah, it can't be. Weird things happen. I don't know. Point is, this guy. I don't know how to put this because there's a lot of information to get at once. Oh boy. You're gonna have to give me a minute. But yeah, thanks for the sharing. That was weird. But thank you? Question mark? Yeah, I got nothing. Like, I've got ideas, but I'm like, I don't know how he would breach them. He's like, or broach them. He's like, what?
Yeah, don't feel bad. Yeah, I mean, you're welcome. It was a weird dream.
Yeah. Dream. Yeah.
Or something.
Mm.
Yeah, I think this juice kind of like it. You know, I don't normally take drugs.
It wasn't a what? It wasn't a germ. He just stops at that point. He's like, I can't say myself.
I can't say either. It's a lot of unknown chemical components and just alcohol. So I'm gonna go with it with some type of tribal drug or something mixed in. I don't know.
Do you remember what you said yesterday?
Yeah, I remember what happened.
So you remember calling me. So you remember saying that me and Jin were destined for love.
She's gonna look down at her not there watch and be like, "Oh, look at the time," and then just kind of leave. Like, I'll catch you when I get back if I have any information.
Right. Yeah, that's
I'm gonna go find Crow to make me human.
Make you feel human.
No, to make me look human.
What do you need Crow for that?
The body paint.
Oh.
Yeah. And since I'm wearing outside lingerie.
Means we gotta be real thorough, which means I gotta get to those spots she can't reach.
Yep.
Poor Crow.
Oh no, whatever shall I, Crow, do?
I can figure out he's dolling her up for another man to go do stuff too. Yes, poor Crow.
Do we have body cams at this point?
It's Star Wars. We probably have floating camera drones that can follow people.
Yeah, but I pretty think if I walk to his house with a floating droid, he might not let me in.
Do you have your own bowl of this? Or?
No, I ate earlier. I don't think we've captured any mini drones yet.
But
So no body cams.
I mean, I can make one, probably.
I'm pretty sure Rory could rig you a body cam. I'm just saying we don't have a droid version. We don't have a drone.
I wouldn't want a drone anyway, because he might not be more forthcoming if there's a drone there.
Depends on how steady it is.
Well, then yes, that's true.
Then body cam probably isn't that hard to do.
Well, if you can make me one, I can wear it on my way out.
Sure.
In case I run into some trouble.
don't worry, Crow's going to go be Batman and murder Oh, but not murder. Yeah, that's right. Batman doesn't kill people. He's just gonna be Batman and cause explosions everywhere.
You'll be Teen Titans Robin.
Fuck Batman!
Batman doesn't use a gun. Do I look like Batman, you dusty bitch?
I'd say right now he's more of the Red Hood.
Yeah. Except less anger?
A less angry version of Red Hood. What?
Better directed anger, because he is very angry at the First Order and stuff involving this planet,
Fair enough.
but he just doesn't take it out on everyone else.
This is true. More directional. That is fair to say.
A directional Red Hood. Oh God.
A focused Red Hood. Oh shit.
Okay. Sky has a BRB. There was some information I did want to get to, just so there'd be a little bit more of a kind of decision point of what to do next. As this is recorded, I guess I could just do it now.
Yep.
Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy.
And bring it up again sometime in the next week or so.
Okay. During her outing with Lieutenant J.G. Connerson, he will unveil during the fire hydrant dance, which is mesmerizing, I'm sure. As what Dimitri at least picked up on before, there's definite friction between Teldarin and Price here. At least so far as Connerson has heard from Falstar, whom he identifies Falstar as the governor's personal assistant. Falstar is under the opinion that if the Major continues on the path he's going,
But she was just playing it.
against. Can you guys still hear me?
No.
How about now?
As soon as you say "how about now," it then gets low again.
The mic is the best.
Remember, I can't stand to be sick. I'd be horrible. You don't wake up in like a little bit. I'm a wake girl. Yeah.
You there, Aurora?
Eventually, we'll get there.
Hello?
I mean, we can go for a round 3 now.
Okay.
Quickly, go for it.
If the Major keeps pushing against the governor like he has been, Starfall believes that it will definitely have a negative effect on the city's efficiency, if not morale, if Caldera is kept in check.
And then we just lost morale. As you get drowned out.
Okay, but hello?
Oh, we can hear you. It's just you're basically being drowned out by Sarah's mic.
Yeah.
Hey, Sierra.
She sounds like she's at least 16 feet away from her mic. She would not hear her phone. I doubt she hears us.
That is a very sensitive mic.
That's phone mic for you. Now you get to know how. Now you get to know how Big Brother feels when he listens to us.
So, from what I gather, Taldarin said that, or no, not Taldarin. Look, the governor and Taldarin are kind of at odds, and if the situation goes even more that they bump into each other, that essentially it'll be bad for the First Order here.
In Starfall's opinion, it'll be bad for the city. According to Connorson, Starfall has a few more opinions. Though Connorson is aware that Taldarin has been in communication with Canada and has made a few classified, not classified, but was making a few actual investigations, inspections rather, on things. Though Starfall is higher than Connorson on the hierarchy.
Okay.
But he is aware that Taldarin will be giving the governor some peace soon. At least that's the impression Connorson's under.
Hey, I figured out how to hang up on somebody.
So that we're all on the same page. Connorson believes that Taldarin's going to eventually do something that will make the governor happy. The governor is not happy currently with Taldarin. And it seems like that friction is getting worse.
And Taldarin has been looking into requesting a. Let me just confirm here.
What is Bambi the Soul Knife, and how did they get in this group chat?
Is it Brian?
No, I have Brian separate.
Who the hell is this guy?
I'm even confused. What are you talking about?
I'm looking at people, in the chat, right? For the Skype. People in this particular Skype chat thing.
Oh, remember my friend Eric from a long time ago?
Oh, okay.
Eric is Bambi the Soul Knife?
Oh, that's cool then.
Yeah, apparently he changed his name to that.
Okay.
And Taldarin has been making requests for a speeder.
For a speeder, like a land speeder, an air speeder?
A land speeder, at least as far as Connorson's aware.
I just want to make sure we checked every single person, including me, for chips. Just want to make that sure that was clarified.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
The chips that were found were rendered, destroyed?
Yeah.
Destroyed. Like actually crushed. Not disabled and actually still transmitting, like the hardware is smashed.
Blasted and then smashed.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure of that, because that just sounded like really peculiar to me for some reason.
Okay. Well, I don't mind maybe talking a little bit more. I will end the session here. And I am wondering what thread you guys will follow.